Greetings. Hopefully this is working okay. It says green. Good. Hi guys, Jay Smith here. Welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. Live streaming again, trying to get the From Stats to Strokes episodes done. It's question time today for your chance to win a free custom fit set of irons from 11 Golf or Sub 70. So all you've got to do is get involved in the quiz and yeah, get your answers in. All get put into a leaderboard, a league table, and then yeah, whoever wins at the end gets a choice of whatever they want from Sub 70 or 11 Golf iron wise, customed to them. So let's get on to it. Whole idea of From Stats to Strokes, basically I designed this so we can look at a relatively what most people see as a boring part of the game and make it a little bit more fun on the basis of having something to win at the end of it. And so strategy, strokes gained, that kind of idea is brilliant, but sometimes not the easiest thing to digest. It is quite boring and we all turn off. So basically what it is better decision making. There you go, get all worms out. Better decision making on the golf course, the percentage plays, knowing your patterns, knowing the patterns of how you play, what your fellow handicap level perform like, and what areas of the game that you need to perform better on. And that's the whole idea of strokes gained. You can see how you perform relative to your peers of your handicap, and then also of the handicaps underneath, to see if you are performing really well in certain areas but then not performing well in others, so you can focus your game on a much better practice regime rather than block practicing the stuff which you're already very good at. So this is a live stream. It's just a lot easier for me to do it this way rather than doing the editing to this after the fact and having to upload it to YouTube and stuff. So the production obviously in a live stream is nowhere near as fluid, shall we say, as when we do long format video. So very quickly, let's go on the should we do the leaderboard first? So we have, pop it on there. We have had 6 rounds already, so 6 rounds, 6 holes already. So there's 18 questions. This is hole 7, question 7, and the whole idea of it, no pun intended, the whole idea of it, is so that guys can input every single one. So you can score a maximum of 5 points, and then as long as you put an answer, you will score, well, at least 1 point. And what you're seeing on the leaderboard here is there's obviously quite a few people. There's 96 or so people at the moment. And a lot of people. We've got Ice Tray 2468 leading on 28 points, and closely followed by William and Niels on 25 and 25, and Peter Major has gone to 24 and stuff. So, and Ice Tray was very lucky last time because he literally just got an answer in before the cutoff period of me going live for the answer video. So if not, he would have found himself, he's knocked off his top perch. So the main thing is to make sure that you involve yourself in as many of the questions and answers as possible to give you a really quick bump up the leaderboard. There was one person that joined in new from last time on episode 6, hole 6, and they went from 97th, or what it would be, for 0 points, all the way up to tied 52nd. They went halfway up the leaderboard in one answer. So that's important. Make sure you try as best you can do to keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. So the criteria for this, before we go to the question, the criteria for this was you've got to be subscribed to the channel, you've got to like the videos, and you have to follow Sub 70 and 11 Golf on their Instagram and their Facebook. Once all you do that, you're fine. You're automatically entered into this. So let's go into the question time and see what you think. Is it this one? Is not that one? Is that one? Is that one? There we go. So this is putting. I haven't done a putting one before, I don't think. And so the next one will be bunkers, because I had a live stream with my members yesterday and I gave them the choice. What would they like me to do when it comes to this kind of thing? What topic would they like the next one to be on, etc., etc. And they all said, well, it's not all, but a lot of them said putting and bunkers. There you go. So, right, let's just adjust this very slightly. Probably adjusted it too much, doesn't really matter. There we go. Down a little bit. Let's doing this on the fly. Right, so I'll flick over now to the question. There we go. Two-part question. So when it comes to the answers, you can, by all means, if you wish, you can put your answer on the chat if you are watching. However, I would say this, if you are going to put your answer on the chat that we'll see in a second, copy it, duplicate it into the comments once this video comes off of live and it goes onto the normal video feed. It's very, very difficult for me to extract comment information from chat, although it's extremely easy for me to do it in the comments section. So, part one. If a 15 handicap golfer averages 10 holes between 3 putts, simply, how many does a 0 handicap average? So if a 15 handicap golfer averages 10 holes between 3 putts, how many basically for a 0 handicap? And if you think that answer is 728, of which it's not, then you write 728. There you go. That's nice and easy. This one might be a bit more difficult now. What's the difference in 2-putt percentage between a 15 handicap and a 0 handicap golfer? There you go. That's nice and easy. And the best way to do this would be, and this is what I'm going to do. If you think that a 0 handicap golfer 2 putts 90% of the time, okay, and you think a 15 handicap golfer 2 putts 40% of the time, there is 50% difference, so you write 50%. That's the whole idea. Does that make sense? So I'll do it again just in case. What is the difference in 2-putt percentage between a 15 handicap golfer and a 0 handicap golfer? If you think a 0 handicap golfer 2 putts 90% of the time, and then you think a 15 handicap golfer 2 putts 10% of the time, you'd say 80%. That kind of idea. Easy as that. And that's the part two. So it's a 2-part. No one in the chat at the moment, which is good. We can keep talking about this one if we need to, or we can knock it on the head very, very quickly, because the whole idea of this is a normal video, not a live stream, which can go on for quite some time. Right, so has everyone got that? Is there anything before I go from the people that are watching? Is there any questions about how the questions are constructed? How anything whatsoever? If there isn't, brilliant, and I will disappear and I will leave you to answer the questions. Again, obviously keep your the answers coming in onto every single part. No questions, carry on please. So I've gone there at the moment. To everybody, this is for everyone that listens now, very, very quickly before we all go. And I will do this as many times before next Monday. Every Monday of the month, first Monday of the month is my open all access live stream. It happens on a Monday around about 7 o'clock or so. On a evening time, UK time that is. Obviously you'll have to make the adjustment for wherever you are in the world. And so if you want to jump in on a live stream, put your questions in, whatever it be, scenarios into me on chat, and I will answer them live for you. So that's going to be a bit of fun for next Monday. I do weekly live streams anyway for my members only. Again, if you want to become a member, you can go on my YouTube homepage, or I think it's even underneath the videos, you've got your subscribe, but there's also a join button. If you click on that join button, they've got some options there should you want to have a go at being a member and being involved in all the kind of the backstage stuff which goes on when it comes to the channel. Okay, right, so if there is no other questions, no other problems with how the question is constructed or any queries whatsoever, unless anyone pipes up to say that they don't understand, I'll just go through the questions once more before we finish. So we'll go for question part 1. If a 15 handicap golfer averages 10 holes between 3 putts, how many do you think a 0 handicap averages? How many holes between 3 putts? It's nice and easy. So if you think, again, a 0 handicap golfer averages 4,562 holes between 3 putts, you write that number. Obviously that is not right. And then for the second one, part 2, what is the difference in 2 putt percentage between a 15 handicap and a 0 handicap golfer? What is the difference in 2 putt percentage between a 15 handicap and a 0 handicap golfer? So if you think a 0 handicap golfer 2 putts 100% of the time, doesn't 1 putt or doesn't 3 putt or more ever, all they do is just 2 putts, of which they don't. But if you thought they did that and it was 100%, obviously, because they're 2 putting all the time, of which they're not, but for, yeah. And then you think that a 15 handicap golfer, being worse, doesn't 2 putt as much, and they only 2 putt 50% of the time, 100 minus 50 is 50, you would write 50% difference. 50%, yeah, you kind of get the idea. Right, so hope everyone liked that one. Remember, if you want to be in with a chance to win this custom fit free set of irons from Sub 70 or 11 Golf, you must make sure that you subscribe and like the channel, or subscribe to the channel and then like all the videos, but you kind of get the idea. And then when it comes to 11 and Sub 70, you must follow them on their Facebook and Instagram. And that's it. So good luck. Hope everyone has fun trying to scour the internet, or just have a guess, doesn't matter. I think this information, I can't remember if this information was from Arcos or ShotScope actually, so one of them two, but there's a lot of information there. But educated guesses, guys, will be good fun. And then I will do the video, probably give or take within about 2 to 3 days time. Today is Tuesday, so I might want to try and get this one done. Give 2 or 3 days for people to watch the video, get their answers in, etc. But it's either going to be Thursday or it will be Friday, and then I will probably set another question for over the weekend and stuff, so we can try and get the ball rolling on the From Stats to Strokes and see if we can get to a winner. Remember, we've got 5 points for each hole, and then in 4, 3, 2 and 1. Even if you get the answers completely and utterly wrong and you rewrite 7,362%, which is obviously nowhere near right, you would still get a point. Doesn't matter. As long as you input, you will get a point. So, right guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you do well on this one. Make sure that if you are going to comment, make sure you don't comment on the chat, you comment on the actual comment section, which will go live as soon as I dump off this video and it goes to YouTube for processing and long format, etc., which will be like 5 minutes time. 5, give or take. Right guys, thanks very much. We'll see you everybody. Well, very, very soon. I've got a Dynapower forged iron that I'm editing at the moment from Wilson, which is an interesting beast. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. Take care, guys.